What's up guys, Nick Scott for Earthworks out here. We're out here just south of Switzerland at River Oak Academy off State Road 13. And we have this beautiful koi pond that we've been working on. This is day 3. We won't count Tuesday because we got rained out. So day 1, when we showed up, there was some existing landscape. We ripped that out, got the space prepped for the pond, cut out the sod with the sod cutter, pretty much got the shape that we wanted, started digging that out, got our skimmer put in, our biofall put in, and we have a 3-inch line coming in here that'll maximize our 5 to 9 pump. As you can see, we have this awesome bridge, so when the kids come in and get ready to start their school day, they go right across this bridge, look down at the fish, interact with the koi pond on their way to learning whatever they're going to learn that day. We have some beautiful Tennessee fieldstones, mixing in some big boulders with some smaller stuff, which looks nice. We got this gravel in, which is going to look sweet. We're going to have a fall come down here, wrap around, and probably another fall somewhere in this area over here. It's going to look really nice.
I'm Michael with Earthworks. We have a good amount of this project done. It looks real crazy now. We got bags of gravel, liner flipped everywhere. So Tim and I, right now, we just finished up the waterfall and stream section with all of our foam, lights, gravel going in. So you can see up top there, we have a 6,000 Aquascape biofall. So that's going to be excellent filtration for a pond this size. It's not too wide, but it's really long. We're probably averaging somewhere around 7 feet wide for this. Next week, Nick, part of the landscape, he's going to be putting in a Flagstone Pathway that comes off of that patio and leads to the pond. So what we're going to do is incorporate, I think, that large stone there is going to be our destination rock. So the flagstone will lead right to that. Kids, parents, teachers, anyone willing to come over here has a spot to really stand, sit, and just enjoy, get a nice close interaction with the pond. It's kind of the theme here, right? Because we bridged over this thing, so you kind of have this forced interaction with the water feature to begin with, but a nice little highlight that we're going to put in. So there's a number of different stones that you can use. We have Tennessee fieldstone is throughout the project. We brought in some smaller Tennessee river rounds, just cobbles, but this bridge is actually a Missouri weathered limestone. It just had the characteristics we were looking for in a bridge, flat, not a lot of trip hazards on top of it, and it had a long span. I believe it was 5.5 feet long. I mean, maybe like 6.5, 7 on that side there. It kind of flares out, has a cool angle to it. But this is Missouri weathered limestone. This is probably a ton plus rock here, weighing over 2,000 pounds. So what we did is used a landscape retaining wall. So we used Tremoron products. So we had a Tremoron stone gate wall built underneath this side and underneath this side as well. It's connected just like we would use it for retaining wall purposes. We use concrete adhesive, let that cure. This thing has been dry for 2 days, so that glue's really well cured. Bridge gets set on top of it. There's always going to be a little wobble, so we shim it and just make sure everything's nice and sound, so this thing's not going to have any movement with as much foot traffic as the school throws at it. 75 to 80% of the time on the water feature side of things, so not paver projects, is when we need to bring in a bunch of dirt and create elevation for our waterfalls. Perfect example is right here. We use just natural rock for retaining. So there's actually a cement foundation that supports this deck. Unfortunately, it wasn't high enough for us to bring our dirt to the cement. We never want to bury wood because the wood's just going to rot away and cause all sorts of problems for the homeowner or school or whoever we're building for. So the first thing we did actually when we came out here, since everything was just flat and open, was we brought in these massive rocks. And this is probably, 6 tons of rock right behind me. So this allows us to build up and set our biofall at whatever height we want, and then just berm everything down where we have space to. So standing back, once everything's done, it's going to have a really nice feel. We have nice flat plateau, 2 feet above water level, and then one side has this really nice berm where landscape will come up and interact with all the rock.
the wrap. We're pretty much out of here. We had a little bit of grass that was affected when we brought our machine over here. We have our excavator that we use to set all these larger stones. We kind of tore up a little more grass than we wanted to, but that's okay. We have the saw cutter, we got it all cut. We'll get this all picked up, graded, and we have some beautiful green grass over there that we'll put in its place. And on this, we'll be able to mount the transformer for the auto dosing system, which we have right here. I'll hook that up. This tube will go into the skimmer here, and inside of here, you have a bag with the beneficial bacteria. This is cool for the customer because they don't have to manually insert the product into the pond. You just put this in here, it'll last anywhere from 2 to 3 months. And all they have to do is every, 3, 4 times a year, come out here and change this bag. And this goes right into the skimmer. We have our lighting transformer with a photo cell here. This is cool because when the sun goes down, the lights come on, and when the sun comes up, the lights go off. That's nice. So all this will get mounted onto this post, and whenever they have their guy come out, they'll be able to run their electrical conduit right up to here, and they'll be able to mount, or they might even mount a box right here on this brick pillar right here, and we'll be able to get all of our electricity into there. Right now, everything's running off of our extension cord. As you can see, we have these large live oaks, beautiful live oaks. So they're going to be having some leaves. What's cool about this, they can just pick this basket out, rinse all this debris out, that just goes right back in. So keeping this thing clean should be a breeze for these guys. Like to keep it simple, like to keep it easy for our customers, so they don't have a whole lot of work. They can just enjoy the pond and the fish and the whole atmosphere that comes along with it. As you see, we reused some of their Aztec grass that was here in the landscape formerly. We repurposed those around the edge. We have some blue days right there, nice pop of color right when their guests come in and the kids come in to go to school. They have some color right there. We put some lantana right there, which will be a little bushy, and those will be butterfly attractors as well. They had a bird of paradise somewhere in the landscape. We decided to repurpose that up top, so that'll be nice, a nice orange bird of paradise. We have our bridge in. Oaks came out and did this brickwork, and he did a really great job. I really love his attention to detail that he used cutting in these bricks around the contours of this rock. He did a great job. Him and Antonio are the hardscaping crew. They did an excellent job with blending that brick into the existing brick that was there. They did a great job on that, so shout out to Oaks and Antonio for that. Shout out to Q and Tim. They did the top falls. They did this very interesting split. I really love the look of these notches in these stones and using those as a frame and a fall for that. So they did a great job selecting these stones, just mixing it up a little bit. So we have some marginals in here. We have some sedum, some other aquatic plants that whenever they grow in and fill this space in, it's going to look amazing. We have a tropical lily there, and we have a hardy lily over there in that section. Great thing about these marginals and these water lilies is it just adds another layer of filtration and another part of the ecosystem that allows the water to stay so clear without having something like chlorine, like a pool. So if this is something that you guys want to have in your backyard, give Earthworks a call and we'll make it happen for you.